Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to plunge into some really fascinating topics and pull out the absolute best nuggets of knowledge for you.
That's the plan.
So today, we're talking about a sound that is, well, it's legendary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That rich, three-dimensional swirl, that immersive, almost liquid sonic texture. You know the one. It's graced countless iconic recordings, rock anthems, jazz standards.
Oh, yeah. If you've heard classic organ, psychedelic guitar, you felt it.
Definitely. But for decades, getting that sound meant wrestling with something equally legendary, but also, bulky, delicate sometimes.
And temperamental, absolutely. The classic Leslie rotary speaker cabinet.
Oh, I remember trying to help move one years ago. It wasn't just moving gear. It was like a full workout.
Right, followed by needing a chiropractor.
Exactly. So imagine getting that sonic experience into something you can actually carry in a gig bag.
Seems impossible, almost.
Well, our mission today is to explore how one small digital pedal stepped up to that massive challenge and really revolutionized access to this complex sound. We're talking about the Strymon Lex.
A game changer for many.
Totally. We're going to break down what makes it so special, how it actually works under the hood, and why it's still seen as a gold standard for that perfect swirl, all in this tiny box.
It really was and is a remarkable undertaking because the Lex wasn't just trying to fake a simple modulation effect, like a basic chorus or phaser.
Right, which just mess with phase or pitch a bit.
Exactly. The Lex was designed to capture the entire system, the really complex mechanical and acoustic system of a rotary cabinet.
The whole physics of it.
Pretty much. We're talking spinning parts, the cabinet acoustics, the specific sound of the original tube amp. Putting all that into one pedal, that takes some serious tech power, cutting-edge stuff.
That's a great point about the complexity. It really does transform the sound it touches. But maybe for someone who's mostly used simpler pedals, what really makes that rotary magic different? Why is it so sought after?
That's a key distinction, actually. Effects like chorus or phaser, they create movement by manipulating the signal electronically, right? Phase shifts and things. A rotary speaker creates movement in actual physical space. It's a real acoustic thing.
Like sound moving around the room.
Precisely. The original Leslies had these physically rotating horns for the high frequencies and a spinning bass rotor for the lows. So the sound isn't just modulated electronically, it's literally moving.
Which gives you that Doppler effect.
Exactly. That perceived three-dimensional motion, those rich harmonics, it adds incredible depth. And the Lex, it was designed from the very beginning to translate all of that.
All the intricate movement and interactions.
Yeah. The horn and rotor speeds, how they speed up and slow down those acceleration curves are crucial. The cabinet's own resonance, how it colors the sound.
Even where the mics were placed?
Virtual microphone placement, yeah. And the warmth, the grit from the original Leslie's tube amp stage, it's trying to model the whole physical experience.
Wow. It's genuinely mind-boggling when you think about it.
Yeah.
When I first heard a digital pedal could do this convincingly, I just thought, how?
Right.
How does something tiny replicate such a huge physical thing, it feels like?
Yeah.
Bending reality a bit. Okay, let's unpack that. What's the secret sauce?
Well, it feels like magic, but it's really some clever engineering. The secret sauce, basically, is Strymon's powerful Shark DSP processor.
Okay, the DSP chip.
Yeah, think of it like a tiny supercomputer just for audio. This chip is known for being incredibly fast and good at complex audio processing. It lets the Lex run, hundreds of calculations every second with almost no delay.
So it's not just applying a simple effect.
Not at all. It's doing real-time, physics-based modeling. It's recreating the physical response of that cabinet, how the air moves, how sound reflects inside, and that specific coloration from the model tube amp inside the original Leslie. That level of detail, focusing on the physical and electronic nuances, that's what makes it sound so authentic.
That's what gives it that depth, that feeling of movement.
Exactly. It elevates it beyond simpler emulations. You get that sense of sound physically moving around you, which was just previously unimaginable in a pedal that size.
It's like having tiny engineers spinning little digital speakers inside the pedal.
Pretty much. Very precise, very reliable engineers.
Chuckle slightly. All right, so for you, our listener, especially if you love tweaking your sound, this is where it gets really interesting, right? You've got this complex system, now digitized. How do you actually control it? Make it your sound. What are the knobs doing on the Lex?
And Strymon did a great job making that complexity feel intuitive. So let's look at the main controls. Each one kind of unlocks a layer of that authentic sound.
Okay.
First, you've got the fast-slow speed switch. Pretty straightforward. It mimics the original Leslie toggle. Slow gives you that gentle, shimmering sound.
Like a subtle vibrato.
Yeah, exactly. And fast gives you that intense psychedelic warble. But the key is the transition.
The ramp up and ramp down.
Right. It's not instant. It smoothly accelerates and decelerates, just like a real physical motor. That organic feel is crucial. It feels alive.
Gotcha. What else?
Then there's the preamp drive. This is awesome. It lets you dial in the character of the modeled Leslie tube amp.
So clean or gritty.
Exactly. You can go from crystal clean, really pristine swirls all the way to that classic, beautifully overdriven, harmonically rich rock tone. Adds warmth or pushes it hard.
Very useful.
Definitely. Then the mic distance knob, super clever. It adjusts the virtual microphone placement.
Ah, so like moving mics closer or further away from the speaking speaker in a studio?
Precisely. Closer gives you a brighter, more immediate focused sound. Pull the mics back and it gets more ambient, more spacious, more blended, like capturing the room sound.
That makes a huge difference to the perception of space.
Huge. And finally, the horn level. This lets you balance the high-frequency horn sound against the low-frequency bass rotor.
So you can fine-tune the overall tone.
Yeah, sculpt it, make it brighter, more cutting, or deeper and more resonant. Depends on your instrument, the song. Puts you in control of all those details.
That level of control is fantastic. And thinking about playing live, that dedicated speed switch, foot switch must be a huge practical benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of fumbling with a switch on a real Leslie cabinet.
Which was always awkward, yeah. Just stomp, and you get that realistic ramp up or ramp down between speeds, essential for playing dynamically.
Makes sense.
And don't forget the expression pedal input. That opens up a whole world of real-time control.
Ah, so you can control the speed with your foot.
Exactly. Sweep the rotor speed dynamically, maybe swell into a fast swirl, or subtly pulse the speed. It makes the pedal feel like part of your instrument, really expressive.
So when you put all that together,
Yeah.
the controls, the foot switch, the expression, what's the overall sound signature you end up with?
The result is just, well, it's that rich, genuinely three-dimensional stereo swirl. It feels like it wraps around you. And those convincing ramp speeds are so central to the feel. They make the transitions between the slow shimmer and the fast throb incredibly smooth, really musical. It just responds beautifully to how you play.
That is a massive leap from hauling around a physical cabinet, for sure. And speaking of leaps, even great tech keeps moving forward. So for someone maybe looking to pick one up now, what's the story? Has the Lex changed much since it first appeared?
That's a good point, because Strymon definitely doesn't rest on its laurels. The original Lex rotary, that came out back in 2011.
Okay, a while ago now.
Yeah, and it immediately set a new bar for rotary simulation. Standard pedal size, stereo ins and outs, full feature set. It really delivered that authentic sound for guitarists, keyboardists. It was a big deal.
A revelation at the time, I bet.
Totally. But, like you said, tech moves on. Strymon released the Lex V2 in 2022, and it brought some really significant practical upgrades.
Like what?
Well, first off, a smaller footprint. More pedal board friendly, which is always a huge win, right? Space is precious. It also added USB-C MIDI. That's a massive upgrade for control.
Ah, so computer integration.
Yep. Deeper control, software customization using Strymon's own software. You can save presets, fine-tune parameters way beyond the knobs, integrate it into complex MIDI rigs.
Much more modern flexibility.
Exactly. Plus, the V2 has improved input and output headroom, meaning you can plug pretty much anything into it. Quiet guitar, loud synth, line-level studio gear without worrying about clipping or weird distortion. It keeps the audio quality pristine across more sources.
That's versatile.
Very. And one last thing. Silent relay-based switching.
Ah, no click when you turn it on or off.
Exactly. Just a nice quality of life thing for playing live or recording. No mechanical noise. It's just a really thoughtful evolution of an already great pedal.
Sounds like a smart update. Definitely makes it even more useful for today's players. And you mentioned keyboardists earlier. This isn't just for guitarists, is it? Who else is using the Lex? Its appeal seems pretty broad.
Oh, absolutely. It's fascinating how widely it's used. You take someone like John Petrucci from Dream Theater.
Right, incredible guitarist.
Known for technical mastery, but he uses rotary emulation for those big ambient textures, adds this unique shimmer and space to his soundscapes, even his leads sometimes.
Interesting.
And it's become a total staple in modern worship music and for ambient guitarists generally.
Why is that?
Because it delivers those lush, spacious, almost ethereal sounds that are crucial for creating those immersive sonic environments. You know, those sweeping atmospheric pads that just hang in the air. The Lex nails that.
I can hear that.
And yeah, like I touched on, studio keyboardists use it all the time, simulating a real Leslie for organ sounds, like a Hammond B3 patch.
Giving it that classic warble.
Exactly. Or adding movement and vintage character to a synth pad. It really shows how useful it is in the studio, bringing that sound to lots of different instruments.
Okay, so let's pull back to the bigger picture. Where does the Lex sit in the Hall of Fame of effects pedals? You've talked about the realism, but, well, some purists might still say no digital box can truly capture the soul of a real analog spinning thing. What's your take? What's its lasting impact?
That's a fair challenge, and yeah, it's a debate that's always going on in music gear circles. And it's true, there's an inherent, maybe unpredictable, organic quality to a purely physical, motor-driven system. But the Lex is undeniably seen as one of the most realistic rotary simulators ever made. It often gets compared favorably to, and even rivals, really high-end boutique analog units like the Neo Ventilator, which is saying something.
That is indeed.
And the reason it stands out, I think, goes back to what we discussed. Strymon wasn't just mimicking the sound, they were modeling the physics.
Right, the whole system.
Yeah. That combination, the true stereo depth, the natural ramping, the adjustable mic placement, giving you control over the space. It all adds up to a feeling that goes beyond just simulation. It captures the essence, the response of the original, and it does it reliably, musically.
And practically.
And practically. That versatility being used way beyond guitar boards, in keyboard rigs, in studios where portability and consistency matter, that cements its legendary status. And you have to remember, alongside other iconic Strymon pedals, Blue Sky, Timeline, Big Sky the Lex was crucial in establishing Strymon as that gold standard for high-end digital effects. It really is still the rotary of choice for so many serious players who need that authentic swirl without the hassle.
So it's clear the Strymon Lex did more than just copy a sound. It took this complex, historic, often really awkward piece of gear
Definitely awkward sometimes.
and translated its soul, its essence, into a compact, powerful, modern tool. A faithful reproduction, but refined and evolved. Best of both worlds, maybe.
Which actually brings up an interesting final thought for you, our listener, to maybe ponder. By digitizing such a complex physical effect so faithfully, has the Strymon Lex done more than just replicate a classic? Has it, in a way, kind of democratized that ultimate sonic swirl?
Made it accessible to everyone.
Exactly. Making these previously hard-to-get textures available to anyone, really, and maybe, just maybe, opening up entirely new creative paths that even the original hardware couldn't quite envision.
That's a fantastic thought to end on. Really makes you think about how tools shape creativity. We definitely encourage you to check out some demos, hear the Strymon Lex for yourself. You might just find that perfect swirl you've been looking for. Until next time, keep exploring those sounds.